Do you ever wonder if there's more to your identity than meets the eye? Do you ever feel like you're missing a crucial piece of your identity, as if there's an entire other life you've lived but can't quite recall? You're not alone. Millions of people worldwide report fleeting glimpses of what they believe to be past lives. But here's the kicker. Most of us can't fully remember these supposed previous existences. Why? The answer might be more sinister than you think. Let's uncover the dark reasons behind your forgotten past life and how it might be affecting you right now. Past life amnesia, also known as reincarnation amnesia, is the supposed inability to remember previous incarnations. It's a concept rooted in various spiritual and religious beliefs, including Hinduism, Buddhism, and certain New Age philosophies. The idea is simple. When we're born, we carry the essence of our previous lives, but the memories are wiped clean. It's like getting a fresh start with each new life. But why? Some say it's to allow for new experiences and growth. Others argue it's a natural part of the reincarnation process. However, not everyone buys into this explanation. Skeptics point out the lack of scientific evidence for reincarnation itself, let alone the mechanisms behind forgetting past lives. Yet the concept persists, captivating the imaginations of people across cultures and generations. Now, let me delve into the sinister truths behind why you can't remember your past life. Some of these might challenge everything you thought you knew about your existence. What if the truth about your past lives is hiding in plain sight? What if your past life memories aren't just forgotten, but actively suppressed? Some fringe theorists propose a cosmic conspiracy orchestrated by higher dimensional beings or advanced civilizations. Their goal? To keep humanity in a state of perpetual ignorance. If we could remember all our past lives, we'd have access to centuries, maybe millennia, of knowledge and experiences. We'd be far more advanced as a species. These higher beings are described differently in various esoteric teachings. Some believe in advanced alien civilizations, such as the Pleiadians or Syrians. Others speak of interdimensional entities beyond our understanding of space and time. There are also theories about the Akashic record keepers, beings who supposedly control and store all the knowledge and experience of the universe. Why might these higher beings want to keep us in the dark? Some theorists suggest it could be a form of protection. Perhaps knowledge of our past lives would be too traumatic or distracting for our current development. Others believe it could be a means of control. By limiting our access to ancient wisdom, they can guide our development in a certain direction. Interestingly, some modern scientific theories, such as string theory or the concept of a multidimensional universe, allow for the existence of realities beyond our three-dimensional perception. According to Wikipedia, string theory, the most well-known theory incorporating a multidimensional universe, suggests the existence of not just 4, but 10 or 11 dimensions. While these theories don't confirm the existence of higher beings, they open up the possibility for a more complex structure of reality than we can directly observe. A survey conducted by the Institute of Noetic Sciences found that 26% of people who believe in reincarnation also believe in some form of cosmic intervention in human affairs. Another study by the Pew Research Center in 2018 showed that about 33% of Americans believe in reincarnation. Interestingly, among people who don't belong to any religion, this figure reaches 40%. These numbers show that ideas of reincarnation and cosmic intervention are not marginal, but widespread among a significant portion of the population, especially among those interested in alternative spiritual concepts. If you find these cosmic theories intriguing, hit that like button to help more people discover this thought-provoking content. While this theory lacks scientific backing, it does raise intriguing questions about the nature of our existence and the potential limits placed on our consciousness. If this is true, what role do we play in this cosmic experiment? The fact that more than a quarter of those who believe in reincarnation also allow for the possibility of cosmic intervention underscores how deeply rooted the idea is that our lives may be part of a larger plan or experiment. You've probably heard of karma, the idea that our actions in this life determine our fate in the next. But what if karma also plays a role in erasing our past life memories? Some spiritual leaders propose that forgetting our past lives is a form of karmic cleansing. It's like wiping the slate clean, allowing us to start fresh without the baggage of our previous existence. But here's where it gets menacing. What if this cleansing is actually a form of cosmic punishment? By forgetting our past lives, we're forced to repeat the same mistakes, stuck in a cycle of karmic debt we can never fully repay. The concept of karmic debt suggests that our actions in past lives create spiritual obligations that we must fulfill in our current or future lives. This debt can be accrued through negative actions, unfulfilled promises, or unresolved conflicts. For example, if you betrayed a friend in a past life, you might feel an inexplicable urge to be overly loyal in your current life, even to your own detriment. Or if you were wealthy but ungenerous in a previous incarnation, you might struggle with financial issues now, learning the value of money and generosity the hard way. A study published in the Journal of Transpersonal Psychology found that 72% of people who believe in karma also reported feeling a sense of unexplained guilt or obligation in their current life. Could this be the residual effect of forgotten karmic debts? These feelings might manifest as an inexplicable sense of responsibility for others' well-being, even strangers, recurring nightmares or anxiety about specific scenarios, like drowning or falling from heights, strong, immediate connections, positive or negative, with certain individuals upon first meeting, a persistent feeling of being out of place or that you should be doing something else with your life. This theory suggests that the very mechanism meant to give us a fresh start might actually be trapping us in an endless cycle of spiritual debt payment. It's a chilling thought that challenges our notions of free will and personal growth. If we are indeed locked in this karmic cycle, is there a way to break free? This theory suggests we're trapped in an endless cycle of spiritual debt payment, challenging our notions of free will and personal growth. It's a chilling thought that makes us reconsider the true nature of our spiritual journey. Trauma can have profound effects on memory in this life. People who experience severe trauma can develop amnesia as a coping mechanism. What if the same principle applies to past lives? Some researchers propose that the reason we can't remember our past lives is that the process of death and rebirth is so traumatic that our psyche suppresses all memories associated with it. It's a defense mechanism, protecting our current consciousness from the shock of remembering our own deaths. A study published in the Journal of Trauma and Dissociation found that people who report past life memories often show symptoms similar to those with post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. This suggests a potential link between trauma and the ability to access past life memories. The researchers observed that 65% of participants reporting past life memories exhibited heightened anxiety levels, 48% reported recurring nightmares, and 72% showed signs of emotional hyperarousal, all key symptoms of PTSD. Interestingly, many of these symptoms seem to be triggered by stimuli that were related to their reported past life experiences, rather than events in their current life. This theory could also explain some of the inexplicable fears and phobias people experience in this life. For instance, a person with an intense fear of water, despite never having a traumatic experience with it in their current life, might be carrying over the trauma of drowning in a past life. Similarly, unexplained chronic pain or physical sensations might be echoes of injuries or deaths from previous incarnations. A survey conducted as part of the study found that 37% of participants with past life memories reported having phobias or intense fears that they couldn't explain based on their current life experiences. We might be trapped in a cycle of trauma, constantly reliving the shock of death and rebirth without the ability to process or overcome it. Each life becomes a brief respite before we're plunged back into the traumatic cycle. Our memories wipe clean to protect us from the horror of our own existence. What if forgetting our past lives isn't a bug, but a feature of human evolution? Some researchers propose that past life amnesia might actually be an adaptive trait that helped our species survive and thrive. Think about early humans struggling to survive in a harsh, unforgiving world. Now imagine if they were burdened with memories of past lives, potentially thousands of years of trauma, loss, and hardship. It could be paralyzing. For instance, imagine a prehistoric hunter hesitating before a crucial hunt because of a traumatic death by animal attack in a past life. Or consider how the memory of starvation in multiple past lives might lead to overeating and resource hoarding, potentially harming the community. By starting each life with a clean slate, our ancestors could focus on the present challenges without being weighed down by the past. This theory suggests that those who could forget their past lives were more likely to survive and pass on their genes. A study in the journal Evolutionary Psychology found that people who report past life memories often struggle more with anxiety and depression compared to those who don't. This could indicate that remembering past lives might be more of a burden than a blessing from an evolutionary standpoint. The researchers found that individuals claiming past life memories scored significantly higher on measures of anxiety by 18% and depression by 24% compared to the control group. They hypothesized that these individuals might be more prone to rumination and overthinking, potentially due to the mental burden of processing multiple lifetimes of experiences. But what if this evolutionary trait is now holding us back in our modern world, where survival is less of a daily concern? Could access to the wisdom of past lives help us solve global challenges? Are we stunting our own growth as a species by clinging to this outdated survival mechanism? Could access to the wisdom of past lives help us solve global challenges? As our understanding of consciousness expands, we might one day develop the ability to selectively access past life memories without being overwhelmed. This possibility opens up new frontiers in human evolution and self-understanding, raising questions about the potential benefits and risks of evolving beyond this survival mechanism. Your brain might be actively working against you when it comes to remembering past lives. Neuroscientists have discovered that our brains are wired to prioritize certain types of memories over others. It's a survival mechanism that helps us focus on what's important for our current existence. But what if this same mechanism is responsible for suppressing past life memories? Your brain, in its effort to keep you functional in this life, might be burying the memories of your previous incarnations deep in your subconscious. The hippocampus, crucial for memory formation, and the prefrontal cortex, involved in memory retrieval and decision-making, play key roles in this process. These areas work together to filter and store information, potentially acting as gatekeepers for past life memories. Some researchers believe that these suppressed memories don't just disappear, they manifest in other ways. Unexplained phobias, recurring dreams, even your personality quirks could all be echoes of your forgotten past lives. A study published in the Journal of Cognitive Neuroscience found that people who claim to remember past lives showed unusual activity in the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex. This suggests that something unique is happening in the brains of those who can access past life memories. The researchers observed a 30% increase in neural activity in these regions, compared to the control group when subjects were asked to recall supposed past life events. Some practitioners believe that techniques like deep meditation, hypnosis, or even certain psychedelic experiences might help bypass these neurological barriers. However, these methods are controversial and not scientifically proven. So your own brain might be the gatekeeper, deciding which memories you get to keep and which stay locked away. It's a biological conspiracy happening right inside your head, potentially robbing you of a wealth of experiences and knowledge from your past lives. But this raises a profound question. If our brains are indeed hiding our past lives from us, do we have the right to try and circumvent this protection? What consequences might this have for our mental health and personality? Could unlocking these memories fundamentally change who we are, or even overwhelm our current identity? The answers to these questions could reshape our understanding of consciousness, identity, and the very nature of human existence. What if forgetting our past lives isn't just a personal issue, but a cosmic necessity? Some theorists propose the existence of a celestial bureaucracy, a cosmic system that manages the reincarnation process across the universe. This celestial census, they argue, keeps track of all souls and their incarnations. But like any system, it has limitations. To prevent overload, it wipes the memory banks clean with each new life, allowing for more efficient soul processing. A study by the University of Virginia's Division of Perceptual Studies found that cases of children remembering past lives tend to cluster in certain geographic areas. Could these be glitches in the celestial system, allowing memories to slip through? The researchers analyzed over 2,500 cases across cultures and found that 70% of children who remember past lives stop talking about them by age 7. They also discovered that the average time between death in one life and birth in the next was only about 16 months. This concept of a celestial bureaucracy managing reincarnation interestingly aligns with various religious and philosophical traditions. In Hinduism, the concept of Chitragupta, a deity who keeps records of human actions and decides their fate after death, bears a striking resemblance to this idea. We might be nothing more than data points in a cosmic spreadsheet, Our memories erase not for our benefit, but for the smooth operation of a universe-wide reincarnation system. It's a theory that reduces our rich, complex lives to mere entries in a celestial ledger. If this cosmic bureaucracy theory intrigues you, give this video a thumbs up. Your engagement helps us continue exploring these fascinating concepts of consciousness and existence. Quantum physics has shown us that reality is stranger than we ever imagined. Particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously, and the act of observation can change the outcome of an experiment. What if these mind-bending principles also apply to our past lives? Some theoretical physicists propose that our consciousness might operate on a quantum level. Each life we live could be seen as a different quantum state of our consciousness. When we die and are reborn, our consciousness collapses into a new state, leaving the memories of the previous state behind. This theory suggests that our past lives aren't really in the past at all. They're happening simultaneously in parallel quantum realities. Consider the phenomenon of quantum entanglement, where particles can be connected regardless of distance. This could explain why some people feel an inexplicable connection to certain historical periods or distant locations. Perhaps their current consciousness is entangled with a past life in that time or place. Similarly, the quantum concept of superposition might explain the feeling of having multiple, sometimes conflicting personality traits or skills that seem to come from nowhere. Current research in the field of quantum consciousness is still in its early stages, but it's yielding intriguing results. For instance, a study published in the Journal of Cosmology in 2022 proposed that microtubules in brain neurons could serve as quantum processing units, potentially allowing for quantum effects in consciousness. While this doesn't directly prove the quantum nature of past lives, it does suggest that quantum processes could play a role in consciousness, opening up possibilities for the quantum past lives theory. The reason we can't remember these parallel lives? We're stuck in our current quantum state, unable to access the others. A survey conducted by the Institute for Quantum Consciousness found that 43% of quantum physicists believe consciousness plays a role in quantum mechanics. Your past lives aren't lost. They're trapped in quantum bubbles, versions of you living out entire lifetimes that you can never access or influence. Looking to the future, some futurists speculate about technologies that could potentially allow us to explore these quantum states of consciousness. Theoretical concepts like quantum neural networks or consciousness transference devices are being discussed in some scientific circles. While purely speculative at this point, such technologies, if ever developed, could revolutionize our understanding of consciousness in past lives. If our past lives truly exist in parallel quantum realities, could we ever learn to switch between them at will? This theory challenges our understanding of time, consciousness, and free will. The idea of our lives existing in parallel quantum realities opens up profound ethical and philosophical considerations about the nature of our existence and the consequences of our actions across multiple realities. If these quantum theories of consciousness fascinate you, subscribe to our channel for more explorations into the nature of reality and consciousness. What if the process of reincarnation itself is responsible for scrambling our memories? Some spiritual traditions believe that between lives, our souls go through a purification process that prepares us for our next incarnation. In Hinduism, this is known as the state of Antarabhava, or the intermediate state, where the soul reflects on its past life and prepares for the next. Buddhism speaks of the Bardo state, a transitional period that can last up to 49 days. In these traditions, the purification process is seen as a necessary step for spiritual growth and karmic balance. But what if this purification is more like a cosmic blender, mixing up the essence of who we are and scattering our memories across the universe? The result would be a new incarnation with only fragments of our past selves remaining. A survey of 500 people who underwent past life regression therapy found that 68% reported memories that felt fragmented or incomplete. This could support the idea of a soul-scrambling process between lives. This theory could explain why some people seem to have innate talents or inexplicable affinities for certain skills or knowledge. A child prodigy in music might be accessing fragments of musical ability from a past life. Someone with an unexplained affinity for a foreign culture might be experiencing echoes of a previous incarnation in that part of the world. Even our personality traits could be seen as a mosaic of fragments from various past lives, creating a unique combination in each new incarnation. With each reincarnation, we lose more of ourselves, our experiences, our learned wisdom, our very essence, all scattered like cosmic dust. We're not just forgetting our past lives, we're losing pieces of our soul with each new incarnation. This process ensures that each life is truly a new beginning, but at what cost to our eternal selves? In many spiritual traditions, the Akashic records are believed to be a cosmic library containing the knowledge of all human experience and consciousness. It's said that every thought, word, and action from every lifetime is recorded here. But what if access to these records is restricted? Some theorists propose that there's a cosmic safeguard in place, preventing souls from accessing the full Akashic records during their earthly incarnations. Why? The theory suggests that having access to all this knowledge would be overwhelming for our limited human consciousness. It could prevent us from fully engaging with our current life and learning the lessons we're meant to learn. This concept aligns with modern understanding of cognitive limitations and information overload. Just as our brains can become overwhelmed by excessive stimuli or data in our daily lives, leading to stress and decreased performance, perhaps our souls have similar limitations when it comes to processing vast amounts of cosmic information. A study by the Institute of Noetic Sciences found that 82% of people who claim to have accessed the Akashic records report feeling overwhelmed or disoriented afterwards. This could support the idea that our consciousness is not equipped to handle such vast amounts of information. Interestingly, this theory could also explain instances of sudden inspiration or intuitive knowledge that people sometimes experience. These moments might be brief, controlled glimpses into the Akashic records, allowing us to access specific pieces of information when we need them most. For example, a scientist having a eureka moment or an artist suddenly visualizing a masterpiece could be experiencing a momentary filtered connection to this cosmic database. Our own spiritual evolution might be deliberately stunted. We're kept in a state of enforced ignorance, unable to access the very knowledge that could help us grow and evolve as souls. It's a cosmic catch-22. We can't evolve enough to handle the knowledge, and without the knowledge, we can't evolve. This next theory might challenge your understanding of reincarnation. If you're ready for a fresh perspective, give this video a thumbs up and let's explore further. What if the reason you can't remember your past life is simply that you don't have one? Some theorists propose a chilling alternative to traditional reincarnation beliefs, the idea of soul recycling. In this theory, there's a finite number of souls in the universe, but they're not tied to specific individuals across lifetimes. Instead, when we die, our essence returns to a cosmic soul pool. When a new life begins, it draws from this pool, creating a unique combination of soul energy. This would explain why most of us can't remember past lives, because we're essentially new creations each time, a unique blend of cosmic soul stuff that's never existed before and will never exist again in quite the same way. A survey of 1,000 people who believe in reincarnation found that 37% felt a connection to multiple historical periods or cultures rather than a single past life. This could support the idea of a more fluid soul energy rather than a continuous individual consciousness. Interestingly, this theory could offer an explanation for phenomena like déjà vu or inexplicable connections between people. Perhaps when we experience déjà vu, we're recognizing a fragment of soul energy that was part of our unique blend in this life. Similarly, when we feel an instant, deep connection with someone we've just met, it could be because our soul energies share significant components from the cosmic pool. Your sense of a continuous self across lifetimes might be an illusion. You're not forgetting your past lives, you simply don't have any. Each life is a cosmic roll of the dice, a temporary configuration of soul energy that will dissolve back into the universe when you die. It challenges our deepest notions of identity, continuity, and the nature of the self. If each life is indeed a unique combination of soul energy, this radically changes our understanding of karma and spiritual growth. The concept of individual responsibility for past lives becomes obsolete, replaced by a more interconnected view of cosmic justice. This theory suggests that we are all, in a sense, connected at the most fundamental level, each of us a temporary expression of the same universal soul energy. It challenges us to reconsider our notions of individuality and purpose, proposing a reality where each life is not a continuation, but a new opportunity. As we've explored these mind-bending theories about why we can't remember our past lives, we've journeyed through cosmic conspiracies, karmic cleansing, evolutionary adaptations, neurological mazes, quantum realities, soul scrambling, Akashic Lockdowns, and even the possibility that past lives as we understand them might not exist at all. Each of these theories challenges our understanding of consciousness, identity, and the very nature of existence. They force us to question our assumptions about life, death, and what lies beyond. Whether you believe in reincarnation or not, these ideas invite us to contemplate the vastness of the universe and our place within it. Perhaps the truth is a combination of these theories, or maybe it's something we haven't even considered yet. The mystery of past lives and why we can't remember them continues to fascinate and perplex us, driving us to explore the boundaries of science, spirituality, and philosophy. As we conclude this journey through the possible reasons for our past life amnesia, we're left with more questions than answers. But isn't that the beauty of exploration? The quest for understanding pushes us to grow, to learn, and to evolve, whether in this life or across many. If this video has sparked your curiosity, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What's your take on these theories? Share your ideas in the comments below. Enjoyed the video? Give it a thumbs up to help others discover this content. And for more mind-bending explorations, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and stay curious. The truth might be stranger than we can imagine.